Hey there everybody, I am the Jacob Trades and today I'm going to be playing with Audacity. Now if you haven't heard about Audacity, it is an excellent tool for cleaning, editing, splicing audio, doing all kinds of fun stuff, mixing tracks, that sort of thing. And it is super straightforward, which is really useful because it helps enable you to use the software and to play around with it, have some fun stuff. I'm going to show you some of the options on that today. Best part though is that it's all free. This is a free program. You can just type Audacity into Google and it'll pull up a result and you can download that and start playing with it immediately. No cost to you. So a quick breakdown. I'm going to run through the basic features, the ones that I typically use when I'm working with it. Some of those include just like scrubbing the audio to remove any sort of background noise that might be bugging you. A fade in and fade out feature for the audio, which helps kind of blend tracks together if you're doing multiple things. And I'm also going to be showing you how to splice tracks and how to layer tracks to get like a really cool effect. So let's get into it. I have already gotten a few files ready. We're going to go down to import and then audio. We're going to open this up. Where did I put this? Oh, right. I put this in my folder here, Jacob Trades Plays, Audacity, and we're going to start with this fireplace one. Now, this is a just some audio that I downloaded from a website called freesounds.org, and it's really cool. It lets you download sounds that you can use for your own purposes. And it's just got a whole wide array of stuff, and pretty much any sound you could think of that you might want to incorporate in something, you can find it on this site. So we're just going to play through this track here by hitting the play button, and you'll be able to kind of hear it. Turn my speakers up. And as you can hear, we have like a really nice fireplace sound. The only thing about it is that it kind of fades in for the first split second and then it fades out. So if you see what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hit Control A to select all, and then I'm going to hit this little button right here, which is copy, and then I move the cursor down here to the end and I hit paste. Now I've got this track times 2. I just essentially doubled it. And you use this tool right here. It's your little time shift tool. I call it the little mover tool because it lets you slide the tracks around. And we put them right up against each other. I move back to here, we click up here, and you can hear where the track ends and then where it picks up again. Yeah, that's a problem. We're going to work on eliminating that. How do we do that? Well, we have our little tool here, selection tool, and I'm just going to select the first few seconds of that track and then the last few seconds of the other one. We're going to zoom in so we get a really nice picture here. Zoom in, zoom out is really nice. It lets you really stretch that out if you need to find exactly where the spot you're looking for, and lets you get a really accurate cut on it. Spot, leave your sister alone. All right, we're going to go here, select here, and then drag it over to here. Spots. Okay, we have our area selected. Now I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut that section. And now it cut that section that we'd highlighted and it bunched the ends together. So we're going to try listening again and see if it sounds like we want it to. That sounds pretty uninterrupted to me. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think we're going to stick with that. So now we've got about, let's see, a minute 45 or so of this fireplace sound, just like a fire crackling is what I'm going for here. And now we're going to add another track. I'm going to import, oops, that's the wrong one. I'm going to import this other sound file that I downloaded from the same website, freesound.org, and I'm going to go with the crowded bar. And this one, as you can see, is much longer. And this is just the sound of exactly what it sounds like, a crowded bar. I'm going to play that so you can get a sound. Now I've got both of these tracks playing at the same time. Pretty cool, right? I think so, at least. So now we've got our bass sound. This is kind of what I want to start working with here. If you want to, like perhaps the people talking in the bar are too loud for you, just go over here on the crowded bar sound file, and you can just slide this little thing down a little bit to reduce the decibels. We'll take it down to about minus 12 or so. And then we'll play it again. And now you can tell that it's much quieter. It's kind of more like actual background noise instead of being right at the fore, you know? So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think I'm ready to add my, my last track here. And the last one, I just recorded this just a second ago, and there's a couple problems with it that we're going to address. So this is just some audio that like I said, I just recently recorded it. We're going to mute these other two tracks so that I can focus on just this one that I imported. And we'll zoom in a little bit too so we get a better look at it here. Now, this is the thing that I really wanted to feature about this program, is that it allows you to kind of scrub your audio to kind of clean up the background sound that might be plaguing you if you're recording, especially off of like your phone or something. A lot of times that can be a problem. So we're going to address that now. Now you might not be able to hear it, but you can see up here that there is some sound being picked up in the background even though nothing is happening. And how do we fix that? I mean, it's not really noticeable. You might not need to fix it unless you really crank up the volume, and then you might be able to hear that. Wow, that's loud, right? That's no good. We don't want that. Let's fix that. I'm going to bring this back down here. All right, so how do we do that? Well, you're going to take your selection tool and you're going to highlight a section of silence. And that's the key thing. If you're going to do this, you need to leave at least a few seconds of just dead air on your recording. And I leave about 10 seconds or so because I feel like it gives me, it allows the tool to work a little bit better. And we're going to go up to Effect, and we're going to scroll. Wow, look at all those effects. All right, noise reduction is the one we want. So you click on that. You're going to want to click Get Noise Profile, okay? This tells the program what it is trying to filter out of your audio, and that's why we need absolute silence for the first part or the last part of the video. Just somewhere in the audio, you need some silence. So we're going to Get Noise Profile. We got the profile. Now we Control A again to select, oh, not select it all. We'll just use the selection tool to select the audio that we want here. All right, we got it all selected. We go back to Noise Reduction, and then we click OK, and it'll take a second or two to process, and then our audio is, and now it's scrubbed. And now let's see what the difference is. We'll crank that thing back up, and we'll play it again. I mean, you can still hear some stuff, and if you wanted to, you could hit it again to try to reduce that even further. But for what we're doing, I don't think it'll really be necessary because we're not going to be listening to it that loud. We'll just go back down to 0 here, restart it. You can see up here, there's like nothing playing through the speakers. There's no sound being like being played. So that's pretty cool. That means that it's doing its job. Now we're going to cut this out because we don't need all that silence at the beginning of our video, right? We just need a little bit. So we're going to cut that silence, and now we have just the audio that we want to be playing with. And we'll play it again. And oh, whoops, started the wrong end. Back to the beginning. Try again.
Welcome, traveler, to the Eight Kingdoms. It is a dangerous land rife with deadly monsters and political intrigue, where noble houses, great and small, forge alliances and wage wars in search of greater prestige and power.
Oh, there was a little tinking in there. That was my cat, whose bell was ringing right as I had started, right at the end of that sentence there. And so we're going to actually cut that out. So you saw I just zoomed in a couple times. I'm going to go back and play that section again.
Monsters and political intrigue, where
And you can kind of see the little blip on the screen there where that happened. It's this tiny little thing right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to just select it. I'm going to do a little bit there. You can see the little pink right there. We're going to just cut that out of there, and now that's not going to be part of the audio. And since it's from silence to silence, there shouldn't be any interruption in the audio. Let's zoom back out and play it.
Political intrigue, where noble houses, great and small, forge alliances and wage wars in search of greater prestige and power.
I had the wrong spot. It's right here. Whoops, oh well. I still got rid of something. So, it doesn't even hardly show up on the thing. I don't even know if I can see
prestige and power.
But I can hear it, and that bothers me. So I'm just going to take that section, and we're going to cut that out too. Ooh, there we go. Now let's try it again.
Prestige and power.
Nice. All right, cool. Perfect. Now we zoom back out. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Now we've got our audio cut up the way we want it to be.
Prestige and power. Between the vast distances separating each of the major cities.
Another bell. Oh my gosh, I just cannot get rid of this thing. These cats, man, they drive you crazy.
Each of the major cities.
That one I can actually see. There we go. And we'll cut that out too, because we don't want it. Try again.
Separating each of the major cities.
Still a little bit of a bell in there. Let's make sure we get it all. Try again.
Separating each of the major cities. Goblins, orcs, and worse roam about, looking for easy targets and filling views.
All right, cool. I think we got it. Now we're all good. And now we're going to have some fun playing with the... Whoops. Now we're going to have some fun playing with the some of the other effects, all right? So I've shown you how to scrub your audio. I've shown you how to layer some tracks up. And now we're going to play around and get with that fade in, fade out thing, because it's kind of a nifty little tool there. So we go back to our selection tool. I've got my audio here spaced about 5 seconds before the beginning of the whole recording. And what we want to do is we want to highlight those first 5 seconds. We'll do that one first. Maybe unmute it. Oops. And then we go to Effect. We go to Fade In. And we'll do the same thing on this one. Unmute, Effect, Fade In. And then on the last 5 seconds of the audio, we do the same thing. Just bring back to there. All right. And Effect, Fade Out this time because we want it to fade out to silence. And about to there-ish. Effect, Fade Out. And now the rest of this stuff we don't really care about. We can get rid of it. I'm just going to highlight that and we're going to cut it. I need to zoom out a little bit here. That's a big crowded bars sound. Alright, and go over here until it cuts off. And we cut that too. And now we should have everything just about right. We might need to play with the volumes on those backing tracks a little bit to get it so that it's not overpowering the main audio, but that should be pretty close, you know?
Welcome, traveler, to the 8 Kingdoms. It is a dangerous land rife with deadly monsters and political intrigue, where noble houses, great and small, forge alliances and...
You know what? That sounds pretty good to me. I think we're done now. I think we're good. Now what do we do? Well, you've got your audio sounding just the way you want it. You've got the levels right. You've got your audio scrubbed. You've got it layered. You have some nice little fade in, fade out effects so that it, it kind of, eases into it and then eases out on the back end. You can see there how it just slowly disappears. I think we're good. So now that you got it just sounding the way just like you want it, you go down to export and you can kind of choose how you want to export it. I'm going to do MP3 because that's just, that's how I roll. And you set a destination. I'm just going to drop it off on the desktop and we're going to call it example. And you save. It's going to tell you that the tracks are being mixed down. That means that if you try to import this audio back into Audacity, it's going to be just one single track. You're not going to have these 3 layers again. And so I'm cool with that. It asks if you want to name any of this stuff, you know, just in case. I don't really care, so no. And then it exports. Now, if you want to save a project to come back to it, you just need to go to Save Project, and then Save Project As, and you can name it. And we'll put it back in that Audacity folder since that's the one that popped up. And you save your project. And remove this dependency. Yeah, whatever, sure. And the project should be saved now. I think we're all good to go. We'll double check, and yep, there it is. That's our little Audacity project. So we can open this, and that will bring us back to this view here with our 3 tracks and all of the work that we've done on them. But that's not really necessary. I think we got everything we needed. So I'm just going to close that out. We can take a listen to our example audio.
Welcome, traveler, to the 8 kingdoms. It is a dangerous land rife with...
So yeah, we got it sounding just the way we want it. That's awesome. Very cool. This has been a Jacob Trades Plays video teaching you how to use Audacity a little bit. These are just like the basic functions. This is the stuff that I typically use whenever I'm in Audacity. I don't really play around with much of the other stuff, but there are lots of options, as you can see. You can add some reverb to something. You can change the tempo or the pitch of something, like if you imported a song, which is very easy to do. Any kind of file, whether it's a video or an audio file, you can import those. That audio that me talking, that's a video. This is actually a video that I took on my phone, and I imported it, and it just ripped the audio from the video. So yeah, those are the basics. In my next video, I think I'm going to try to show you guys how to take that audio maybe and put it into, well, maybe not that audio specifically. I'm going to show you how to work in this other program that I like quite a bit. It's called VSDC Video Editor, and this is another free program that you can download, and it's got a lot of really cool features for editing videos, surprising enough. We'll talk about that next time. In the meantime, you guys have a good one, and I will see you later. If you like the video. If you really liked it, comment. If you really liked it, subscribe. All right, have a good one, guys.